What's up everyone, Sebastian here with Press Start Seb. Naruto games have a history of having expansive rosters of characters that cover each era of the show, and have grown to include a number of quirky and unexpected additions. Now that being said, it's not as though the Storm games have been able to capture every character that the fandom has requested, and with a focus on creative characters in Shinobi Strikers, it's reasonable to assume that the roster is going to take a sizable cut. So this video is going to be my top 4 characters that I want to be in Shinobi Strikers that will probably / definitely not be there. First addition on my list, and mind you, these characters aren't in any particular order in terms of who I want over the next character. So the first one is Kurenai, a character whose absence in Storm 4 I found particularly disheartening, and the excuse of, well Sebastian, we almost never see her fight, so how would the developers make her fighting style? It's a dumb excuse because we both saw Irika and Kushina translated into the Storm games, the latter using frying pans for attacks. So it's not like the developers are lacking at all in the creativity department. Now considering Naruto games have shown off every other team leader but her, I feel like a strong female non-support character is needed to round off the character selection. And yes, I'm aware that Konan is not a support character. She could have a variety of shuriken jutsu and genjutsu, but considering her track record in other Naruto games, it is likely safe to say she will not be making any grand entrances in Shinobi Strikers. The second character for consideration, and a personal favorite of mine, is teenage rampaging Obito. The scene where he's fucking up that whole platoon of shinobi is one of my favorite in the series, and something I go back to watch ad nauseum. Now I think this is a long shot in the game, because if there's any iteration of Obito that's going to be included, it would surely be the adult incarnation, simply because I doubt that they're going to put 2 different versions of the character, and it would make more sense to have the adult Obito, as he plays such a pivotal role in the latter third of Shippuden. But that's not to say I wouldn't jizz my pants if teenage Obito was available with his Madara haircut and wood style badassery. But I suppose I can play Storm for that and simply hope that I'm wrong and that my BFF Obito is in the game for me to use, wood style and all. The third character on my list is Anko, and I will acknowledge her Naruto iteration, as her Boruto depiction is a crime against humanity. Anko is the first survivor of the curse mark and protege under Orochimaru, and as such sits in a category of sick as frick characters. Anko's absence in Naruto games is egregious. She's totally sweet, but she can have her curse mark abilities, snake jutsus, and overwhelming potential. She could be a ranged character that could use snake jutsus to push back enemies, create space for her allies, and maybe create barriers with weird snakes for her allies to work with. The one caveat I have with Anko that worries me is that if Orochimaru is in the game, which I would imagine he would be, that the whole snake jutsu thing might become a bit redundant. For that reason, and her less than stellar track record with other Naruto games, she's a no-go. My final entry on this list is kind of a cop-out, as it's not one character but rather 4. Is a Sound Ninja 4. This seems like such an awesome fit, as there's one for each of the fighter classifications. Sakon could be attacked with his weird double body. Spider Guy Kidomaru can be ranged and shoot his spider goop arrows to push back the attacking team and do damage from afar. The Ball Jirobo is obviously defense. It can steal health or cause delays on jutsu cooldowns as his kind of perks. And Toyuya can be support with flute jutsus that can rally the team's attack and create barriers with her weird puppets to keep the attacking enemies from capturing the flag, for example. On paper, this is a no-brainer, but there are so many more popular characters, and having to balance the Boruto-verse and also keep a roster that can be maintained is no easy task, and as such, these 4 are on the definitely not side of things. So that's it, folks, and don't think that I'm dismissing the game. I just feel like based on the reasons I listed, it would stand to reason that we won't be seeing the characters in this game no matter how badly I would like them to be. But hey, I hope I'm wrong and all the characters are in Shinobi Strikers, and I'm forced to retract this video and look like a total dingus in front of all of you. But until that day comes, thanks for watching. If you dug the video, feel free to subscribe, and as always, I'll see ya.